Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that's crucial for leaders, managers, and even team members who are looking to build stronger relationships and boost productivity. Yes, I'm talking about one-on-one meetings. These aren't just check-ins. They are opportunity for us to connect, align, and grow. But here's the catch. To make the most out of your one-on-ones, you have to ask the right questions. I've got a bonus question at the end of the video that you wouldn't want to miss. So let's jump in. First up, how are you doing? Really, how are you doing? That's it. This might sound simple, but it's one of the most important questions that you can ask your team member. Why, you say? Because it sets the tone for the entire meeting. It shows your team member that you care about them as a person and not just someone that gets the task done. Take a moment to pause after asking these questions and really listen to their response. Don't rush it. Sometimes you'll get a surface answer like, I'm fine or I'm good. But that's where the word really makes a difference. It signals that you're looking for honesty and not just a polite response. Maybe they're feeling energized about a project. Then this is your chance to celebrate that enthusiasm. Or perhaps they're dealing with a tight deadline or they've just had a rough week. By giving them the space to share openly, you create an environment where they feel safe and valued. Let's break this down further. If they share something positive, use this as an opportunity to amplify the energy. Acknowledge their excitement and ask follow-up questions like, what's been the highlight of your week? Or what's been going on lately? This keeps the momentum going. If they share something negative, resist the urge to go into problem-solving mode. That is something you don't want to do. Instead, empathize by saying things like, this sounds really challenging, or thanks for sharing that. It helps me understand how I can support you. And here's the key. This question is not about prying into their personal life or forcing them to open up if they are not comfortable. It's about showing them that you genuinely care about their well-being, both inside and outside of work. Finally, remember, how you answer their question matters as much as the question itself. Your tone, body language, and attention to details will either reinforce that you're invested in their response or it will signal the opposite. Trust me, empathy goes a long way. Next up, what are you working on? You might be thinking, don't I already know what they're working on? We talk about this in team huddles or stand-ups all the time. And you're right, if you're actively engaged in the day-to-day project, you probably already know what every team member is working on and the current state of each project. But here's the thing, stand-ups and huddles are just for quick updates and don't really give team members enough time to dive into the details or the more technical challenges that they might be facing. A one-on-one, on the other hand, is a perfect opportunity to dive deep into that work, understand what their challenges are, and probably proffer some solutions. By asking these questions directly, you give them a chance to 1. Share insights that might not come up in a group setting. 2. Reflect on work in a focused and personal environment. 3. Align on what's most important and how their effort fits into the team's broader opportunities or deliverables. That's where a focused agenda also becomes critical. Even if you're familiar with their tasks, having a focused agenda ensures that you cover important topics and dive deeper into the nuances of their work. Here are some ways to approach this. 1. Progress updates on current projects. Even if you already know the general status, ask questions like, how is this project going from your perspective? Or, are there aspects of this project you feel particularly concerned about? This helps uncover insights that might not come up during group discussions. 2. Roadblocks or challenges. Stand-ups are often too fast-paced to fully address obstacles. In a one-on-one, ask, what's slowing you down that we haven't addressed? Or, are there any roadblocks I can help you with? This creates a space for them to open up about deeper challenges. 3. Career development goals. Team meetings rarely touch on personal growth. Use the one-on-one to ask, how does your current work align with your long-term goals? Are there any opportunities to stretch your skills that I need to know about? 4. Specific requests or feedback needed. Team members might hesitate to ask for feedback or resources in a group setting. Ask, is there anything specific you need from me to move forward? Or do you feel like you're getting enough feedback on your work? A pro tip I have is to acknowledge your shared context. Say something like, I know we've discussed this briefly in stand-ups, but I would like to hear about how things are going for you personally. This lets them know that you're paying attention while signaling that this is their chance to elaborate. By taking the time to ask questions in a more personalized setting, you will uncover details that might be otherwise missed, strengthen alignment, and leave the meeting with a clear sense of how to support their success. Alright, let's keep building momentum. On to the next question. Now, let's move on to what are your biggest wins? This question is more powerful than it might seem. Taking time to reflect on achievement isn't just a feel-good exercise. It's a critical part of maintaining motivation, building confidence, and keeping morale high. It's also a reminder of the progress that you and your team are making, even when things feel hectic and overwhelming. Start by encouraging your team members to share their wins, no matter how small. Maybe it's completing a challenging project, or solving a difficult challenge, learning a new skill, or even improving a workflow. Wins come in many forms, and recognizing them creates positive momentum that benefits everyone. Here's why it matters. 1. It reinforces their sense of value. Sharing their accomplishments in a one-on-one is a chance to showcase their contributions and to remind them of the impact that they are making. 2. It builds confidence. Acknowledging progress, especially on difficult tasks, helps your team member to feel more capable and motivated to take on more future challenges. 3. It creates a culture of celebration. When you make a habit of recognizing achievements, you reinforce a mindset where progress is appreciated and celebrated, not just expected. And as a leader, this is your opportunity to shine too. Take a moment to celebrate their wins with enthusiasm. Simple phrases like, "That's an amazing accomplishment," or "I know how much work you put into that. Great job," goes a long way. But don't stop there. Go deeper. Ask follow-up questions like, "What made this win meaningful for you?" Or "What did you learn from this experience?" This gives them a chance to reflect and even draw more value from this achievement. Look for patterns in their wins. Are they excelling in certain types of projects or certain roles? Use this as a guide to help them focus on their strengths and explore growth opportunities. My pro tip here is, not every win has to be monumental. Sometimes, simply navigating through a tough week or resolving a small issue can feel like a big accomplishment. Be sure to validate those moments too. Finally, remember that your reaction sets the tone. If you're genuinely excited about their success, they will feel it. If you brush it over, they might too. So don't hold back. Celebrate those wins and make it count. Alright, now that we've celebrated those wins, let's talk about tackling challenges. This question goes straight to the heart of building trust and fostering growth. Challenges are a natural part of any role, but what's important is how we address them. When team members feel comfortable being transparent and honest about their struggles, it creates a space for proactive problem solving and helps you as a leader provide the support they need before small issues turn into bigger ones. Here's how to approach this question effectively. 1. Encourage openness. Start by creating a judgment-free environment. Say something like, "I want to understand what's been tough for you lately so we can walk through it together." Let them know that discussing challenges isn't a sign of failure. It is a normal and essential part of growth. 2. Explore solutions together. Once they've shared their challenges, shift focus to solutions. Ask questions like, "What do you think could help in this situation?" Or, "How can I support you in overcoming this?" Collaborate on actionable steps, whether it's providing guidance, relocating resources, or brainstorming ways to remove roadblocks. For example, if they're overwhelmed with workload, you might explore reprioritizing tasks or bringing in additional support. If you're stuck on a technical problem, you might be able to help them technically, or maybe you can connect them with a subject matter expert or point them to helpful resources. 3. Follow up. Don't let conversations end in meetings. Afterward, check in to see how they are progressing. Send a quick message or bring it up in the next one-on-one. This shows that you're serious about helping and keeping the momentum going. But let's go a bit deeper. Why is this question so impactful? First, it builds trust. When you listen actively and respond with empathy, it shows that you genuinely care about their success. Even if you can't solve their problem directly, being a good sounding board goes a long way. Second, it surfaces growth opportunities. Challenges often highlight areas of improvement, whether it's a skill they can develop, process that needs refining, or a larger team issue that needs attention. Thirdly, it fosters resilience. Helping your team walk through obstacles equips them with the tools and confidence to tackle future challenges more effectively. Pro tip: be mindful of your response. Avoid jumping in with solutions immediately or dismissing their concerns. Instead, validate the experience with phrases like, "That sounds really tough," or "Thank you for sharing this. It helps me understand how I can better support you." And remember, the goal here is not just to fix problems. It's to create an ongoing dialogue where your team feels safe to bring up challenges. The openness strengthens communication, builds trust, and ultimately makes your team stronger. Alright, now that we've tackled challenges, let's talk about where we go from here with our final question. Finally, let's talk about what's the one thing I can do to make your job easier. This question is a total game changer. It shifts the dynamic from simply managing to actively supporting. By asking this question, you're sending a clear message. I'm here to help and I'm invested in your success. Sometimes the answer might be something small, like I could use quicker feedback on my work, or I need more clarity on this task. Other times, it could be something bigger, like we need better tools to streamline this process, or I'm juggling too much. Can we reassign some responsibilities or tasks? Here's why this question is so impactful. 1. It positions you as a partner for their success. You're not just delegating or directing, you are collaborating. It shows that you're willing to roll up your sleeves and help remove the roadblocks that might be holding them back. 2. It uncovers hidden pain points. Sometimes the things slowing them down are things that you might not realize because you're not involved in the day-to-day. Maybe there's a bottleneck in a workflow, a resource gap, or even just miscommunication. By asking this question, you're giving them a safe space to bring those issues to light. 3. It drives efficiency and morale. Addressing even small frustrations can have a huge impact on productivity and morale. When your team sees that you are not just listening, but taking action to make their lives easier, it boosts trust and motivation. How to approach this question? Be specific. Frame the question in a way that feels actionable. Like, what's the one thing I could do this week to make things smoother for you? This keeps focus on immediate and tangible things. Listen actively. Pay close attention to their response and ask clarifying questions if needed. For example, can you tell me more about what's causing the delay? Or, how do we address that? Take action. Follow through on their feedback. If they ask for something that you can't immediately fix, acknowledge that and explain what steps you will take or why it might take time. Pro tip: don't wait until the next one-on-one to show progress. If you can resolve an issue, let them know right away. A message like, I took care of the request, let me know if it helps, reinforces that you're serious about supporting them. And remember, the answers you get to this question might not always be what you expect. Sometimes it could be about processes or resources, but other times it might be about you, your communication style, your availability, or even how you give feedback. Be open to that. A willingness to adapt and improve as a leader goes a long way. Asking this question regularly isn't just about making their jobs easier. It's about showing that you value their input, care about their well-being, and committed to creating an environment where they can thrive. And that, my friends, is what great leadership is about. And like I promised, here's the bonus question. Is there anything we should be doing differently? This question encourages feedback, which is critical for continuous improvement. You might uncover ideas for process changes, communication improvements, or even how you as a manager can better support your team. The key here is to create a safe space where your team members feel comfortable sharing honest feedback. So there you have it, the essential questions for every one-on-one. These questions are simple but powerful. They build trust, improve communication, and help you and your team stay aligned. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. What are your go-to questions for one-on-ones? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.